Hello PNM enthusiasts! Great to see you all again at PNM Live for SCTE's Tech Expo 2024. My name is Mike Odell, Distinguished Engineer at Comcast and member of the PNM Working Group 7. Today I am thrilled to demonstrate the power and efficiency that proactive network maintenance tools can unleash on your network. Let me begin by explaining how we have leveled up the data from the Upstream Data Analyzer feature from Broadcom and added some validation and automation to create a precise and meaningful data set for our network maintenance technicians teams. Walk with me while I take us through our implementation. So first, now that we've talked through how the process works, let's take a look at some specific examples of how this feature has identified noise in the network and how much more efficient our technician teams have been at resolving these issues. As we all know, troubleshooting noise in the upstream portion of the network can be time-consuming, difficult, and at times impactful to our customers. Let's take a look at just a few of the examples where UDA functionality has given our technicians a precise location of some node impacting noise sources. In the examples we're about to review, the customer impact was near zero, and the amount of troubleshooting time was significantly reduced. Last year, we introduced UDA and demonstrated a couple of examples where UDA was used to identify a predominant noise signature and isolate that signature to a single premise. This year, we've leveled up. We've added some detection automation and a validation process to identify efficiency opportunities. Here's an example of some technician feedback from one of our field technicians in our Chicago market. Sean wrote, "Here's an example of a UDA-equipped modem showing me the noise in a node. You are 100% correct. I went to this house and it was the cause of all my problems. When I find any more, I'll let you know. Thanks, Sean." Thank you, Sean, for making my day by sending me this email with a great example of the power of UDA. In this instance, when Sean got to the node and was able to remediate this drop, you can see at the point of remediation the impact to SNR, upstream performance from a modulation efficiency standpoint, and a significant reduction in corrected and failed FEC events. From troubleshooting efficiency standpoint, Sean was able to bypass 16 locations that traditionally he would have had to stop or visited to identify where this noise was coming from. Historically, the technician has to go to the node with a local spectrum analyzer, identify which leg of the node the noise is coming from, and then troubleshoot it down the length of that to the source of the noise. In this instance, this is a list of all the locations that Sean didn't have to visit because he was able to go directly to the address of interest and mitigate the noise impairment for the node. Here's another example of a persistent noise signature that was identified, matched, and dispatched and resolved within about 22 minutes with no customer impact. Let's hear from the technician on how he was using UDA in the field. Take it away, Rich.
Hi, my name is Rich Mann. I'm a maintenance technician for Comcast in the Pittsburgh area Keystone region. I've been utilizing the UDA feature on multiple occasions to identify localized noise in the drop system that was impacting the noise in our entire nodes. In the instances that I've investigated, the localized noise has accurately identified the source of the noise inside the nodes. It has allowed me to go straight to the source of noise, saving time and countless customer interruptions to identify and resolve the sources of the noise.
Okay, I'm in PAPTD00LOC 281 Advent. Spikes in the low end on the noise floor. Just went right to the address, pulled up here, and I pulled the drop. Spikes go away. And this is what the screen looks like coming from the customer's drop. So it will be trapped. I would say this is a positive on that chip that's in these modems.
Thanks, Rich. Here's another example of a persistent noise impairment that was identified and resolved with no customer impact quickly and efficiently. Let's hear from our technician, Matt.
Here to test if XME lens can pinpoint a specific address for noise we found in Yeti. XME lens is showing a very similar signature. Went straight to the address, and this noise looks identical to what it looks like at Yeti. As you can see on Yeti, that signature is no longer in here.
Thanks, Matt. When Matt fixed this persistent noise signature, you can see the impact to the upstream SNR, upstream modulation efficiency, and a reduction in overall events. Again, talking of efficiency, Matt was able to bypass 19 locations that he would have otherwise visited using the traditional troubleshooting sequence of divide and conquer. So you can see UDA can be really helpful when identifying persistent localized noise sources. Let's take a look now at how we've used UDA to identify intermittent noise. In this instance, we had an active ham radio transmitter in a node. So we pulled the devices over a longer period of time and aggregated all of the devices that exhibited that localized ingress at the device. And it gave us a list of locations that we were able to visit, remediate, or filter to minimize, and in this instance, completely eliminate the ham ingress in this node. In the last example that we'll look at today, this was an active CB area at 27 megahertz. Over a period of multiple days, we were able to pull all of the devices multiple times and identify at different points in the day different devices that were subjected to the CB interference. Now, while we weren't able to mitigate all of them, we were able to mitigate or filter most of them, which significantly reduced the impact to the upstream from this CB ingress, and also reduce all of the failed FEC events in this node. So while there's still a little bit of work to do here, there are just a few of the instances where the upstream data analyzer feature has resulted in fast, efficient, and customer-focused repairs to Comcast network. Thanks for tuning into the 2024 edition of PNM Live. I hope you found these presentations as exciting and informative as I have. So let's go put PNM to work to benefit you and your customers.